gentlemen, welcome back to SideQuest.
Welcome back. Absolutely. How you going, Kirby?
I am great. How are you?
I am fantastic.
We've had another excellent week of pop culture, TV, movies,
Stuff.
comic stuff.
Yeah, stuff. Yeah,
I've got my iPad loaded with my notes.
Yes, I got my
your
phone. I don't have an iPad, so I'm using my phone.
Oh,
Okay.
you'll get there one day.
So, we'll talk about some things this week.
Take
Invincible.
your sunnies off your head.
Oh, yeah, the sun is there. We'll put them here.
You don't knock Luke
Oh,
over.
no. Not Luke.
There we
Okay,
go.
so this week...
Yeah, what's first on our list?
They're going to talk about some Invincible stuff. Daredevil came out this week.
Yep.
And then we have some trailers to look at. Harry
Yep.
Potter dropped the first look trailer.
Yeah.
Stranger Things 85.
Yeah.
The animated thing came out.
Yep.
And then some other stuff at the end that we can talk about.
Some quick things we'll breeze
Quick things
over.
we'll breeze
Just some
over,
news, some what's news, some things
Yeah.
that piqued our interest.
Yeah, some things that we thought was interesting. So,
You might not, but we did.
yeah. Well, if you don't, that sucks for you. I don't care. I'm still going to talk about it.
Fast forward through. Who cares?
Or don't. Or just watch it.
Yeah, just watch the whole
Just
thing.
watch the whole thing.
Thank you.
Do you want to start with Invincible, Kirby?
Yes.
Episode 4, Season 4.
My mother always said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
Yeah.
But fuck it, we're going
Yeah,
on.
okay.
This episode was shit.
Look,
It
I didn't hate it,
Oh,
but it wasn't like I spoke to you the other day. I
Yeah.
said that Invincible's going to be like 5 minutes tops because
Yeah.
there's not much to talk about. It's another filler episode.
it was so boring.
There are a few good things. So we'll start from
The last 2 minutes.
the last 2 minutes.
But anyway.
Yeah, we'll start from the beginning. So
Yeah.
the general premise of the episode is Mark's still feeling bad for killing the Sequid dude.
Yeah.
And that pretty much is the entire plot.
Which I get that it tied in well, the whole thing, like with the guilt and where he ends up. I get it, it works well, but
But yeah, so we get the return of Damien Darkblood.
who was excellent in season 1.
Yeah,
So
he
I was
great.
excited for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
This episode as well, I don't know if you knew, but actually wasn't in the comics.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this episode, because I haven't seen anything on it recently, but I remember at the end of last season, you know how at the end of the season it always shows little snippets for
Yeah.
like what's going to be
Yeah.
in the next one? Someone said that the Damien Darkblood story of In Hell isn't actually in the comics. So this is something that was completely made by the writers.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
that explains
that makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, that explains it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Original ideas sometimes are shit.
Yes. So
so-
that whole line was never in the comics.
Yeah, right. So we get Damien Darkblood pretty much summons Mark to hell. And we meet Satan, voiced by Bruce Campbell.
I know, that was so funny.
was so cool.
That was ironically hilarious.
and then so Mark helps him out and whatever, and Mark's like, I don't want to kill, blah, blah, blah. And they go through basically a collect mission or whatever.
A really fucking long one.
Yeah, really, like pretty much the whole episode.
Yeah.
And Satan gets his weapon back, his crown, and he turns into the worst thing ever. I hated it. Looked horrible.
Hated the model.
It didn't look like it was from
That big like smile.
It was
thing,
horrible,
it
man. It looked
nah.
like it was from a different anime. I can't think of the one, but it looks something different.
It was shocking.
And then they had the protagonist was Volcanica.
Yep.
Pretty uninteresting. She wanted to kill everyone, unleash hell. The good part about it was at the end there with the big fight, and they're fighting Volcanica, and she's like owning them. She's like got Satan fucking chopped up. Killed half of the
Literally
the
took
demons. She
Satan
was
out,
nothing.
took 5 or 6 demons out with no problem.
And Mark comes down and just punches her in the head, right? And you can see him. And this is where it sort of climaxes his guilt and everything. He's like, he doesn't want to do it. All right, he punches her in the head.
Because she's there and she goes, I'm going to do this. And he goes,
Yeah.
I can't let you do that.
Yeah, he had no choice again, right? And that was another decision, I guess, reflecting back to the Sequid things. There's another time that he's like, oh shit, I have to kill, you know?
I think the funniest part was she was midway through a thing of like, you can't
she's
stop me.
monologuing, yeah.
And boom,
Yeah,
the head
punches
just
her
explodes.
head off. Yeah. But then she reforms.
And then he turns around and bitch slaps
He
her.
kicks her, doesn't he? Kicks her
No,
in
the
head.
second
does
time he just spins and just goes boom, clocks her,
Yeah.
explodes, and then she's on the ground crawling and looks up, and then he gives her the
kicks her,
old boot.
So it was like, oh well, he killed, but she didn't really die, so it didn't really matter anyway. So,
Yeah.
And then it ends off with
Him getting his old suit back.
that too, which was awesome.
It was so good. You're like,
Yeah, the old suit came back.
See,
Yeah,
old suit, you're like,
no more black and blue. Yeah, yep.
I didn't not like the black and blue, but I love the yellow.
The yellow, blue, and black.
There's just something about
it's
it.
Just it reminds me of season 1.
Yeah.
Season 1 was absolutely
so
phenomenal.
good.
So it's just a bit of nostalgic, I suppose.
But it's also like, not even get, it's like the colors on them, like the blue and that yellow just look so
Yeah,
good together.
it does.
So yeah, and then obviously right at the end, the very last moment, you see Omni-Man and
yeah,
Alan.
yeah. Or Eve's
Which
about
is
to tell Mark
sick.
she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "What are you looking at?"
And he's like, "Oh my God."
And then we get the pan of Omni-Man and Alan. So
And like in my notes I had here, I'm like, did they pump the entire episode's budget into Omni-Man and Alan? Because they look so
phenomenal.
They
Hey?
look
Yeah,
so
that was the
good.
best scene in the whole
they
show.
They look so good. Like
yeah.
the animation of them. Just rolling back. Now we're doing the recaps. Here's a few notes that I had.
Yep.
That it's nice to know that in this fucked up world, even hell has its own bullshit going on.
yeah.
Even the underworld is like,
yeah, that's it.
Not even the underworld is safe.
Yeah.
So even eternal damnation, you're still going to be dealing with all that bullshit.
A couple of other points. We've got the return of the Pharaoh, the possessing thing.
That's in here. I said the fucking mummy kills me every time.
Yeah, And then he possesses her, and he goes, "I guess you'll do." And she's like, "You could have possessed a woman at any time." He's like, "Yeah, but you're not good enough or whatever."
Yeah, that was so funny. The old mummy being progressive, eh?
And then I also had Cerberus there. That was cool. I guess we didn't see much of Cerberus.
Nah, so on the Cerberus note that I had is it was that helmet conversation.
That's what I was going with. Yeah.
Oh my God,
It was just dragged out.
That
right?
was painful.
It was so stupid.
Because a note I had earlier in here is the animation for the helmets was not good.
Oh, true. And then that
Because
happened.
if you look at it, if you watched it, it was like their face. Then it went one frame white.
Yeah.
Next frame was here. Next frame was here. I was like, oh God, come on, guy. And then when they had a whole conversation at the start, when he's like, why do you take it off every time you talk? I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. Like 2 minutes
And then it
later,
went
I'm
on
like, oh
and
my
on.
God.
Well, it was a bottomless pit, I suppose.
Get over it. Move on. And then, the fight with Cerberus was just lazy.
We
Because
didn't see it, really. He throws Damien up the hole.
And we follow Damien back up the hole while Mark is fighting Cerberus. And I'm like, oh.
Look, they had a budget for the episode, and they had to hire Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
So that's obviously probably where it went.
Yes. Yes.
Look, not the worst bit of TV I've ever watched.
No.
But definitely not great.
It wasn't. It was more boring.
It is I saw yesterday. It is the lowest ranked episode.
Yeah,
rated episode of Invincible.
Well, yeah.
Which makes sense. Nothing happened.
Also, the other one, when we talk about how they didn't have a budget for animation and stuff, it's like when they were fighting Volcanica the first time with all the lava monsters. And the fighting was just the silhouette among lava.
Yeah.
I was like, come on,
yeah.
guys. This is so lazy.
I know, yeah. Like
they
I
didn't
said
have to
last
put
week,
any effort in. I was like, this is so lazy.
I said last week that it doesn't bother me, but it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Almost. But
then with the last season of Invincible, remember how average and shit it all was? And then on the last episode,
it was
how good the
obviously
animation
they
was.
wanted the budget to go towards
Because if they got Thrag coming, they want to put the
wanna
effort
put it.
into that. It's
Also
understandable.
put down. I liked the conversation with Art and Mark at the beginning.
Yes.
About him wanting to give up, and Art's like, "You're not Omni-Man," and I thought that was a nice touch.
How when Art said something like, do you know who never came in here worrying about he made the wrong decision?
Yeah, that was cool.
And I really
and
like
Art's
that.
great. Mark Hamill. We could give it to him. So.
Can't complain there.
But I mean, if I had to give it a rating, maybe like a 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
6. It was pretty just middle of the field.
If I was rewatching Invincible from start to finish, I'd just skip that one.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Because I can guarantee you the next episode will open with the same shot of Mark going, what?
Yeah.
Looking up at Invincible and
Mark, we need you, blah, 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 whatever. So,
it'll show that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you don't have to watch this episode.
I'm so fucking excited to see Debbie with her reunion with Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just as he's about to sell the house, she's about to sell the house.
Yeah, and he's like, what?
Yeah. My house.
But even him, man, you bitch.
Yeah.
I go away for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you sell my house, you sell my shit.
You also killed half of Chicago. Nah.
No, don't worry about that one, all right?
But,
Just hiccups.
I love, like now that how Omni-Man's come back to Earth, and it was like even when he was in the jail, and he's like, I think I miss my wife.
Yeah.
So like he's gonna be coming back like begging for forgiveness from her.
Yeah, well,
it's gonna be so.
I don't know
good.
if you follow the comics or
No,
you've seen the
we
comics.
said
at all,
last
but-
week we didn't.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
didn't.
I do know that towards the end, like the remaining Viltrumites pretty much settle on Earth.
Yeah.
And they breed with humans and they learn how to love and shit. And that's basically Nolan and Debbie is the start of the start of that. So
Checks out. So.
yeah, you got any more comments on that one?
Wouldn't watch again.
No, yeah, that's
It was.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had basically. Yeah, Bruce Campbell as Satan is something poetic. I'm interested to see what they do with the mummy, with that guy.
Probably nothing.
I just laughed my ass off that
He's
he
got to
was
walk.
like,
He's got to walk out
I
the
know,
desert.
I know.
She's like, how did she get here? Oh, the male flew her. yeah.
And that's what like because every time he's like been mid monologue, something's interrupted it and like pulled away like his host.
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
when
yeah.
Mark got pulled, I was like, I wonder what he was doing. It showed the crypt, and he's like, Invincible, and I was like, oh no, not again.
Yeah, the poor guy. The poor guy. He
Poor
always seems
dude,
to,
eh?
buddy, not get his way.
The problem is though, is that he's seeming like that kind of guy that will be so fucking powerful that if he got a hold of Mark, it would have been like
it'd be
game
unstoppable.
over.
Yeah.
And that's why this joke
the running
keeps
gag,
happening.
yeah.
That he's so powerful.
Yeah, so that'd be cool to see what happens there.
Yeah.
But
So
that's
yeah.
all I've got on that.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well,
all.
solid. Wouldn't watch again.
Dun.
Dun. The next thing I have on here is Daredevil Born Again season
Yes.
2.
Yes.
Dropped this week, so I watched that. That was
Who would have thought that back in
Pretty
like
good.
2015 would be on our fifth season of Daredevil?
not me. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
not many people.
After the Defenders happened, not me.
Sure.
So look,
Fan base gone.
yeah, look. I don't have like it was good. It was a
Don't
good
have too
episode.
much
I
to
don't
say.
have too much to say about it. I have a couple of notes here. Look, we get the introduction of the black suit, and it finally got the DD on the chest.
Finally
Get the double.
about time.
Yeah, which looks awesome.
Looks
The suit
incredible.
looks so good.
People have been like, I remember since season 1, people have been doing fan arting with DD on the chest.
Yeah, so it looks sick. And I have seen promo art of the black suit, and as the episodes go through, it looks like it's going to get battle damage, and the black's going to strip away to the red underneath. So it's going to look really good.
The red with the, and like I've seen people do fan edits where like they kind of. He takes off the sort of armor-ish looking stuff, and it's just more a simpler suit with the red D, and it looks comic style, and it looks fucking sick.
I like his suits in the shows.
Yeah.
it looks
His
awesome.
suits are
the black
mad.
one. It's my favorite one so far.
Yeah, right.
It looks phenomenal. We get another.
It would also, like, I get that he's the devil of Hell's Kitchen with the red and the horns,
Yeah.
but the black would just make so much more sense for his character and how he fights and what he
be
does.
stealthy and all the rest of it.
Just
He's a
appearing
ninja,
out of
basically,
nowhere. Yeah, just appearing out of nowhere and whack.
We get some cool fight scenes. He snaps some elbows. We get some gore. We get some blood.
Fuck yeah.
Just pretty much typical Daredevil stuff. We get
Daredevil
the return
baby.
of Karen. We find out they're together. We get Shaggy. Get Matthew Lillard shows up.
Oh.
He's working for the baddies, I suppose. He doesn't really say, and he sort of has. But Kingpin's still mayor, so he sort of has some sort of influence over Kingpin, it seems. So whoever's Kingpin's dealing with, obviously,
Yeah.
Shaggy's working for.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I saw a thing and it was, you know, like the mask, like the Mayor Kingpin guy who's wearing that mask.
yeah.
Someone was like, wouldn't it be a fucking crazy twist if that's Foggy?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a crack up, wouldn't it? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
If that was Foggy.
I do think, like, there is room in the story for him to come back.
Do you think he will, or do you think he's gone? I feel like his death held too much weight for them to be like, oh, and he's alive again. You know what I mean? Like, it was a very plot-heavy driven death.
Yeah, like, look, people think he's going to come back because there was an instance in a comic run where this same thing happened.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be bad either way if he comes back or not. I would like to see him come back because he's an awesome character.
Yeah.
But him staying
He was
dead
amazing.
obviously probably fits better within the story.
Foggy, like, out of the whole Daredevil series of, like, whatever we are, 1 to 5 seasons now, top 3 scenes in Daredevil is when Foggy's in the hospital and
Yeah.
those thugs were gonna go at it.
Yeah.
And he lawyered them up,
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like, "Sit the fuck
Yeah, yeah,
down,"
yeah,
and he
yeah,
just
yeah.
daddied up on
Yeah.
him. That was incredible.
He was peak of the Netflix series for sure.
Yeah.
And then we've tied up with a scene where there's an old retired cop dude, friend of Matt Murdock's, and
Yeah.
the Kingpin's task force ends up torturing him, bashing him, whatever, and Daredevil rocks up to try and save him and shit, and there's like 3 dudes and they just beat the fuck up out of Daredevil, and it's like
Why?
what- yeah,
Why
like,
now?
yeah, anyway, they end up holding him down, and they rip his mask off. And they're like, "Oh shit, it's Matt Murdock!"
Oh, it's the blind guy.
And they're about to shoot him, and then off screen, from off screen comes something and just kills them all.
Hmm.
And it's a knife, and it's hit the deck, and it's like, "You're welcome, Bullseye," or something. So Bullseye's come, obviously
Yeah.
saved him. So we're gonna obviously see a return of Bullseye, who in season 3 of Daredevil was awesome. And last season in season 1 of Born Again
Threw him off
was
the
really
roof.
good. Yeah, it was.
Did
phenomenal.
they ever like? Because remember the post credit scene for Daredevil season 3, they showed them like infusing his spine with metal, and
Yeah, so
everyone thought he
that's-
was getting the vibranium spine.
They haven't.
They never circled back to that.
They
or-
never circled back to that, but that's pretty much how he survived.
Falling
being
off a roof.
chucked off the roof. Yeah,
He didn't fall. He was thrown
yeah,
off. a
yeah,
roof.
yeah. Well, he slipped, right?
Yeah.
So,
He
no,
was Daredevil season 3. Oh my god, that whole season is so good. Like
I beat you.
I beat you. But like Bullseye is so good in that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
He's
such a great
he's
villain.
a great actor too.
Yeah. Such a good villain, and like yeah, that whole the whole show is just amazing. So
Yeah. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it. So
Will Daredevil Born Again take us all the way to Spider-Man? Like when the final episode of Daredevil comes out, will then Spider-Man be coming out in like the next few weeks or something? How many is it? 8?
So it's 8, right? So 1 was last week, 2 is next week. Yeah. 2 episodes next week.
Let's have a look.
May the 12th. It finishes the week before the May the 12th, I believe. I saw a post this morning.
So sorry, so it come out last week. So the next week is
A double drop.
2, 3.
Yep.
Then the following week would be, when did it come out?
It's
Thursday or Friday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So that's the 8th of April.
Yep.
So that's
that's
episode
4.
4. 5 is the 15th of April.
Yep.
6 is the 22nd.
Yep.
7 is the 29th.
Yep.
8 is the 6th of May.
Yep. And then so on the 12th of May
Yes.
is the Punisher special.
Yep.
So that's when that comes out.
So the day before, and then...
No, Daredevil's over in 8 episodes, right?
Oh, okay. So Daredevil finishes on the 6th, Punisher's on the 12th.
Yep.
Then when was Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's in...
31st July.
Okay,
So yeah, if then Kingpin comes out the 12th of May, Spider-Man's the 31st of
Punisher,
July,
yeah.
which is still... Oh, Punisher, sorry.
Yeah,
Spider-Man's
it's a couple
still-
months.
It's like 2 months after.
Yeah, but then I can't remember when this takes place in universe.
Yeah.
Because it's Brand New Day is 4 years after No Way Home.
Yeah.
So that's meant to be like 2028. I don't know when Daredevil takes place. I can't
Yeah.
recall. But
Yeah.
regardless, the Punisher one-shots, and it's called One Shot, One Kill. Or
Yeah,
we'll
one
talk
shot,
about
one
that
kill,
later.
yeah.
But
Because
that's,
it's just single episode thing.
yeah, it's like a feature, like
Yeah.
Werewolf by Night or
Yeah.
something like that was. I believe he's not going to show up in this season of
Because
Daredevil.
of that show that his
Yeah.
series show that he's got. Yeah.
Yeah. So all in all, I'm looking forward to it. Daredevil's always been probably the best Marvel show. So
Excellent.
that's it there. So moving on, I suppose.
All right, next topic.
Oh, we've got trailers. Some trailers came out this
Trailers.
week.
Yes.
It's all right.
The big
exciting.
one. Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter came out.
Harry Potter.
The HBO series.
Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone is going to be the first season.
I
What
saw
was your thoughts?
before I get into my thoughts, I saw a post and it goes, funny how now Harry is going to be suspicious of the black man.
Yeah.
And it turns
Yeah.
out the guy in the turban was the one behind it. Like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
they're going to
yeah,
have to change that,
It's gonna
aren't
be
they?
yeah, it's going to be a bit unfortunate, storytelling wise.
yes.
So
Have they, but like, I think it looked really good.
look, I'm not
You're not a Harry Potter.
I'm not a huge Harry Potter guy.
Yeah.
I like Harry. Like I don't hate it. I enjoy the movies. I've seen
Yeah.
all the movies. Haven't read the books. I played Hogwarts Legacy. I played a few other Harry Potter. I don't mind the story. It's just wasn't the thing I was into.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and then obviously the trailer came out and it looked phenomenal. I love Nick Frost as Hagrid. He looks so good. He obviously the big problem with this is going to be comparing it to the original movies because
those things are so beloved.
You're gonna compare the Dumbledores, you're gonna compare the Harrys, you're gonna compare all of them, and those movies were really, really, really good movies. They scored, or they scored bloody gold with the casting of the children because kid actors are obviously always a hit or miss.
Yeah,
and Daniel Radcliffe and co did an excellent job.
Yeah,
as children,
everyone in that Harry Potter movies was phenomenal.
They all did an awesome job. Man.
Every actor, not just like even like the guy that played Draco. Malfoy.
Tom Felton.
Felton.
Yeah, Tom Felton. Yeah, he's
they're all
awesome.
phenomenal.
Yeah, Tom Felton's dad, the guy who plays him.
Oh, he's the best.
He's
Lucius
awesome.
Malfoy.
Yeah. So that's where it's gonna draw a lot of problems.
Yes.
And where it's gonna receive a lot of probably negative reviews because people don't like change. But I think it looks good.
Yeah. They're going to use that quote from Harry Potter where it's Harry Potter's like, how dare you stood where he stood.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unfortunately, Nick Kroll is going to be the one who's going to suffer the most from this because the Hagrid actor's only recently passed.
Yeah.
So he's,
for sure.
Yeah. People are going to, who's stood by Hagrid?
Yeah. But look, it looks good. The kids look well casted.
Kid who plays Harry Potter looks more like Harry Potter than what Daniel Radcliffe looks like Harry Potter.
Absolutely. So, look, I think it's going to be all right. I'm keen to see it. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I know Jem will want to watch it, so we'll watch it and we'll probably review it for this.
The issues that they're going to face, though, is more the long-term issue, and it's the issue that now all TV shows are having, like Stranger Things and Avatar. When you cast kid actors...
Yeah.
Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, like the little kid that was Aang is now like you look at the set photos of all the kids. The kid's bigger than all of them. Like he's great because it's been like 4 years.
Well, that's like and going back to the original, that's why they did it so well. They filmed them
back to back
constantly.
But we know that these days they're just not going to be able to do that.
They don't do it.
They're not going to be able to pump out a season every year now.
No. No way. Well, they should be able to. There's no reason why they can't. They only do 8 episodes most of the time these days. They used to do Supernatural for fucking 15 years, and they had 23 episodes a season every year.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of it was shit, but you could chop that down to 8, and you've got 8 episodes of good TV once a year.
And that's the thing is, yes, you can argue, but a movie's only like 2 hours, whereas a TV show is 8. Bro, you're like HBO and Amazon. You're owned by one of the richest people in the world. Hire more fucking staff and get it done.
Maybe chop your margins down by 10% and hire 100 more people and you'll be good.
Hire 100 more editors and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And I get that there's probably a lot of stress on the kids doing the 8 hours.
That's the other thing I was going to come into is probably child labour laws has changed in the last 20 years that you can't just work kids to death for 7 years straight and then just be like, oh, well, they're fucked up now. That's
their parents knew what they were getting into when they signed them on for Harry Potter.
They saw the check. They saw the potential. Yeah. So,
but that's going to be the problem is that like because it'll become when this one wraps up, it'll be then Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets and Harry Potter's walking around with a mustache. Because the kid will be like fucking 5 years older. Yeah. And then by the time it's like at the final one where it's like. Like the Deathly Hallows, the kids will be in like their 30s, 40s or something.
Well, they split the last book into 2 movies. Are they going to split the last book into 2 seasons?
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably.
They're probably going to drag it out. If it's popular,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, that was part of the charm that made the movies so good is because like when the children started, like Daniel Radcliffe and
Emma Watson.
Yeah, Emma Watson and Rupert. They were all like 11 and 12. And because they were recording every year, you actually watched them grow. And you felt like you grew up with these kids.
Especially us. We were their age.
We were their age
or younger when they came out. So
I'll admit, I never watched the Harry Potters in the movies. I only recently watched them in the last maybe 10 years.
I watched the last ones in the movies.
Yeah.
Because I think by that point I was in high school. So
and you
go with your friends and whatnot. But like I didn't watch them as like, the first one anyway.
And they haven't cast anything for Voldemort yet. But I mean, like he doesn't appear in this movie.
Yeah, no,
he doesn't appear until the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, so they've got 4 seasons to...
Which is about 15 years for Netflix.
yeah. They have plenty of time to cast.
The guy who's...
They're going to have to recast Harry at some point.
The guy who's playing Voldemort hasn't even been born yet, probably.
That's it.
So, no stress. But also, John Lithgow looks fucking amazing as Dumbledore.
Oh, I don't think I...
There was
remember.
a brief clip. There was a brief shot of him in the trailer.
I think that's awesome.
He looks fucking mad.
Yeah, he looks sick.
He looks so good. There was because it only blinked past for a second. I was like, oh, there was Dumbledore, and then I rewound to watch it, and he looks bloody brilliant.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it will be good. I think it will be good.
Most things HBO make are good.
And that's the thing is you got to look, and it's like these companies like Netflix and HBO and all of these, they are finally learning how to adapt book and outside source material into shows.
Because it most of this stuff translates better into TV shows as opposed to movie, you know.
As we said, like we have a Percy Jackson episode coming out.
Yeah.
Eventually, probably when you're listening to this will be the next week.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
But yeah, like they've finally it adapts well because it's like the book is like 16 hours. The TV or the movie is only 2 hours.
Yeah, it's cutting a lot of
yeah
important stuff out.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see what they keep, what they do. But yeah, they're getting better. But even like now, all the anime live actions are so good. That One Piece is... One Piece is phenomenal.
I'm getting through season 1. I'm halfway through season 1 at the moment. We're watching it slowly.
The funniest part is when you finish season 1 of like One Piece, that's like 500 episodes.
Yeah,
of,
I
like,
I went through the episode list the other day and there's like 9,000 or something.
Yeah. It's insane. But they're finally learning how to adapt these things well.
Yeah.
Because you've got like Invincible is amazing. The Boys is amazing.
The Boys is good.
You've got like the Harry Potter, which is coming out. You had The Last of Us, which was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you've got Sonic, which was amazing. You've got so many of these video game adaptation, comic book movies that are now being done really, really well.
Yeah.
Really well.
Yeah. It's looking good for the future.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm keen for it.
Yeah,
I'm keen for it.
So,
all right.
Next trailer that we saw this week is Stranger Things 85.
Yes.
It's the animated Stranger Things show set between seasons 2 and 3.
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Looks all right.
I have zero interest.
It looks okay. I'm not like I'll watch it because I watch everything.
Yeah.
But
you do.
I do watch everything. No matter how bad I watch everything.
Yeah. Have you watched? Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't exist. I've probably watched it.
Hey, Dimas, have you watched it? Yep.
Yeah. It's bad. Look, the problem I have with this is that is it just like a spin-off anthology what if thing? Because there's different monsters.
Yeah.
There's new monsters. Also, they reused the soundbite of the Demogorgon for those monsters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which was lazy.
Yeah.
It looks good. I like the animation.
Yeah.
But they're setting this in the past between seasons. They're introducing new monsters from the Upside Down. Where, like, is this going to be canon? Is this just a throwaway sort of thing? Who knows? Who cares? But
mainly, who cares?
Who
gives
cares?
a fuck? Because
they killed it after the last season.
After the way that Stranger Things ended, and we never got that. What were they calling it? Realm Gate or something?
I can't remember.
But you know what it was? Where it was
something gate.
It ended, and then everyone was like, there's going to be another episode. And everyone was waiting, and and then it came out that it was just actually really bad writing.
Yeah.
Everyone went, oh, fuck. Yeah. And now that they've announced this, everyone's like, bro, we don't care anymore.
No,
you've just ruined the show.
Yeah, it's killed the momentum. So.
And the other thing as well is, as you said, it's set back in the past, but they're introducing new things. And it's like...
And we already know how it ends.
Yeah.
And so none of these people are in danger.
And it's like...
Elle's not going to die. Buddy, Dustin's not going to die. Mike's not going to die. No one's going to die.
You're watching Steve Harrington fight these things, and in the trailer, it's like, oh, no. And you're like, we clearly fucking survives.
Yeah. He's in a whole 2 more seasons after this,
and also it's like, are they using this as a way to kind of like try and justify some of the events and that they fucked up in canon.
They're gonna do a Clone Wars.
That's what
situation.
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
are they going to use this to almost retcon some of the things?
Probably. Look,
we're like, Vecna was here the whole time.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad writing. It was like,
look, like I said, I'll watch it because I watch everything, but indifferent.
The other thing is, someone said that it's, and I was like, yes, that is 100% it. It is the Telltale game that got cancelled.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a Stranger Things Telltale game, and now it got canned. Now there's this coming out.
They want to
it's
use
the
story.
exact animation of the
it looks
Telltale.
like a fucking Telltale game.
They've literally taken the Telltale, taken out all of the like
gameplay aspects of it. Yeah.
all the quick time events, and they're just throwing it on Netflix because they're like, the games don't do as well. They don't make as much money.
I think I would have rather the game.
Yeah,
I would have played that
because the game you can justify. Oh, it's a different universe.
Yeah, you're making your own choices and stuff.
Yeah, and you can be like, oh, this is really cool, and people who are fans of Strange Things would play it. But now that this is coming out as a forced project in between 3 and 4, everyone's like, what's the point?
Yeah, no one cares.
No one gives a
So speaking of no one caring, let's move on. So did you have another trailer?
Moana.
Was that a trailer or just a first look?
It was no, because we'd seen a trailer before, but this is the first time we got to see The Rock as Maui.
Yes.
Who looks hideous. It looks ridiculous.
I saw this like earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Like we first mentioned it.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of hazy, but it's just Rock with long hair, I guess, and he looks like he has a muscle suit on.
But it's weird. Yeah, and that's the thing, because Maui he was this cartoonish thing that was built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, and like The Rock is big, sure, or it was big. I don't know. I haven't seen it
but not
recently.
animated big.
Yeah, so
it doesn't look right.
Yeah, look, they didn't need to do this.
No, not at all.
Like I get they're doing the live action remakes of old Disney projects, but that's old Disney projects. Moana only came out within the last
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah,
don't need a live
it was like
action.
2015 or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but you don't need another one. You
No.
don't need a live action one of it. I like the original
Moana 2 only came out a few years ago.
Yeah, I like those movies. I don't think I've seen the second one. I've seen the first one. I liked it.
It's a great movie.
What is it going live action going to add? It's all going to be green screen because they're not going to like the location is fantastical and everything in the animated universe in the world. It doesn't translate to a live set or anything. So it's all going to be green screen. It's all going to be CGI.
Yeah.
It's all going to look stupid. Everyone's going to be in stupid costumes.
Yeah.
What's the point? And it's going to be the same thing again, but worse.
Because as you said, it's like Disney always had this thing of like, and Walt Disney said it, where he wanted to reimagine his projects every 50 years so a new generation of children got to experience it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
it hasn't been 50 fucking years yet.
I know. Like, I'm really excited for the Tangled live action.
I like
But
Tangled.
I love Tangled movie, but even that, I'm like, that's a bit early still. But the casting of that, I've got, okay, no, I don't care. The casting is amazing, but we're getting off topic. The trailer looked bland. Moana's a very colourful, vibrant world.
I didn't see the whole trailer. I just saw the image of The Rock.
Yeah.
I didn't bother to look at the trailer. I didn't realize it was a trailer.
But it's very bland world,
okay.
very, very dark.
Everything's
very
grey
bland.
these days. Everything's
everything's
coloured grey.
Yeah.
I think that was a point of
Superman.
it was a Harry Potter trailer. Someone's made a point and someone recolored it and took out the greys and actually gave it some life and looks way better.
Yeah, right.
Looks way better. They just look like a grey wash over everything these days and makes it look so bland. Looks like just dark and gloomy, and it's probably to hide special effects.
Yeah,
because it's easier to blend them into a less illuminated sort of scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But
yeah.
Fuck, bro, like
put
some extra fucking work in.
Because you think about Superman, it was all vibrant and colourful.
Superman
it looked
was
amazing.
bright as, and
it looked
why
amazing.
It looked so good.
Yeah.
There was colours popped, and you're like, whoa, this is like you walk out of that movie feeling like,
Yeah.
oh, this is sick, this is great, I'm happy. So, yeah, look,
Excuse me.
you're right.
I think solely the Moana being too early comes down to just the Rock's ego of someone else.
He wanted to play it.
He wanted to play Maui, and he didn't want anyone else because, as we now saw, he's not on the fucking roids anymore, so he shrunk.
Yeah.
And it was probably an ego thing of he's about to retire soon and he wanted to make this his last movie, or he didn't want anyone else to play Maui or so. That's all it comes down to. He would have pushed this out way earlier than what it needed to be solely because he wanted to do it.
Yeah, so anyway, that's I'm not looking forward to that one. I don't,
I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, I probably will. I watch everything. But
Once it comes to streaming,
I'll watch it
you
on
will.
streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch it on streaming. So.
All right, next topic.
What have you got?
I have fun little tidbit news and posters.
Yes, yeah, I got a couple bits. I got some gaming world stuff we can just quickly touch on.
Okay, let's start on this one.
Yep.
Star Fox is now in the new Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, is she?
He.
Oh, I don't know.
So, no, they announced a character poster yesterday of Star Fox being in Super Mario. So they announced this yesterday.
Oh, I did see that.
Right?
I did see that.
Now, why the fuck would you put a massive spoiler and something really cool like that in a character poster 2 days before the movie comes out? Why would they not leave it as a surprise?
Because they're trying to get people to go to the movie.
Because the numbers are flopping.
Yeah, because obviously it does not get as much attraction as they thought.
Yes.
The Super Mario movie, that was the first one, had Bowser and Jack Black in it.
It was amazing, the first one.
Yeah, if Chris Pratt plays Mario, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, I fucking can't remember.
So what this tells us is that a Smash Bros movie is coming.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think they were leading to that.
Well,
anyway.
well, the thing is, it was kind of people were guessing it and going, "Oh, maybe it'll happen because now we've got Mario, Luigi, Sonic, and Detective Pikachu."
Yeah.
But now with Star Fox, it's basically confirmed, and people are getting really angry that they released that. They were like, "That would have been the part of the movie." Where everyone's like, "Oh,
they
my
would have
God."
preferred it as a surprise. Of course.
It's kind of like when you
course.
first realized that like the Avengers are coming together while watching the Iron Man movie.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like with that, now everyone's like, are you
They did
really?
that with a recent project, didn't they? Where they said something, I can't fucking remember.
But yeah, I was like, why would you not just wait? And again, it's because it's probably
Yeah.
tanking.
Yeah.
And they were like, we need to get people there.
Yeah.
But like that board basically confirms now, because if you look at like a roster on Smash Bros, you've got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Rosalina, Yoshi. You've now got Star Fox. You got like Detective Pikachu. You got like Sonic, Knuckles, Tails.
Yeah, Shadow or whatever it is.
Well,
yeah.
a lot of them weren't in the Smash Bros.
they can put 'em in,
but they
though.
can put them in.
Yeah.
But like, it's like confirmed. Like Super Smash Bros. Movie is now confirmed.
Cool.
And then
Happy
like
days.
when the movie is released, they can then throw in the people like the Kirbys and the
Yeah, they can
Links
put whatever,
and-
doesn't it? Yeah. Look,
Again, it's like the Avengers. Have the 3 or 4 that build the main characters,
And
then
yeah.
the big combination movie where you throw in the people like the Hulk got thrown
yeah,
in
the
and
Smash
Hawkeye
Brothers
got thrown in.
Cinematic Universe,
That will be
SBCU.
that will be really cool.
Yeah, I hope so.
That will be really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's cool.
That's what I was excited about.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Alright.
and it's voiced by Glenn Powell.
How do I feel about that? I don't know.
It checks out.
Yeah, it does check out. I
Just
guess.
put his character from Hangman from Top Gun.
Top Gun. I'm
Top
like,
Gun 2. Yeah, I'm flying a plane. I'm flying a plane. I'm flying a plane, bro.
all right, whatever.
But yeah, you just put that actor in that
In the
Star Fox,
then
and
that's what
it's
it is.
done.
Okay,
and
yeah,
that's why
cool.
they've done it.
I didn't
because
know.
it
I don't
fits
know
well.
much about Star Fox. So
Yeah.
yeah.
He's just
Alright.
a video game character,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
means that probably Falcon's going to come into it, which is going to be sick. But anyway,
Cool. All right.
Smash Bros. Movie,
Smash
baby.
Bros. Movies. Let's go.
Excellent.
Sweet. I had here. The Minecraft's having a theme park being built in the UK.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Minecraft World or some shit in the UK. That's cool. I don't know much about it really. It's opening in 2027. I guess it's just gonna be a Minecraft inspired theme park.
That's ridiculous.
So that's cool. Some other tidbits here.
They've had a look at how well Mario World
Yeah,
in like
yeah. Look,
Japan
it was bound to happen. Fucking
Yeah.
eventually. So
Yeah.
Other tidbits here I've got is the Brand New Day trailer passed 1 billion views. It's the first trailer to do that in history.
Crazy.
Um,
I saw this thing last night and it goes, just please be aware that when we talk about superhero movie fatigue, Spider-Man does not fall in that category.
Absolutely.
Release
yeah.
a Spider-Man movie every few
Yeah,
years
everyone
and we'll
loves
be, and we'll be
Spider-Man.
happy.
It'll make you money regardless.
Yeah. People will eventually get over Batman, Superman if you keep pumping out the movies,
I
I
love
think.
Spider-Man. Everyone loves Spider-Man.
People will never get over Spider-Man.
I got Wonder Man season 2 was
Announced?
Announced.
Yep.
I watched season 1.
Strange, but
It was season 1 was excellent.
I heard that.
Season 1 was fucking awesome. We had the Punisher One Last Kill poster drop this week.
Yep.
Looks good. We don't know much about it. It's obviously going to be Frank killing people, which is going to be fantastic because that's pretty much what made the Punisher
He's
series
not aggressive,
good.
apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, Frank won't hurt people. The only other last couple of things I got here is Netflix bumps up their prices again.
Fuck off.
Typical. And the stuff with Allard Richardson fighting his neighbour. Did you see that? Where he got his neighbour pushed him off the bike, and then
So, yeah, I saw the thing of where it was. The first footage was like the neighbor filming out the window of him just kicking the shit out of this dude on the ground, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And like at the time, I was like, "Okay, but what did he do?" I was like,
yeah, something led up to this.
I was like,
yeah,
Alan is, and most celebrities, when you see attacking people or attacking paparazzi, it's because they've been pushed over the edge because they know that they're in the public limelight and they know that if they do something like that, they're going to be under fire. So I was like, okay, what did the guy do?
Yeah, then the footage came out.
The guy pushed him off his fucking motorbike.
Pushed him off his motorbike.
And I'm like, are you an idiot? Why would imagine him getting back up off the ground like?
Yeah, and he's that big. Like, mind you,
he's like, oh my god, the dude's like.
Obviously, old mate hasn't got an Amazon Prime subscription and seen the show Reacher.
Yeah.
Because if you had, you'd be like, he can do what he likes.
Yeah.
I'll leave him alone, you know?
The top comment goes, I'm really disappointed Alan didn't count to 3 and then headbutt him on 2. 1. Like, I'm going to count to 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, bang!
Yeah. That's all
But
I got.
I just laughed and I'm like, why would you fuck with that guy?
He's
like,
huge. He's a monster.
And then like it was really funny. Like after all the footage came out, the guy who got his ass beat's like, I'm not pressing charges, and all the comments are like, bro, you attacked him first.
Yeah.
You have
You're in the
no
wrong,
leg.
motherfucker.
Yeah, you're in the wrong. You have no
Yeah.
leg to stand on. And I understand that maybe Alan was going up and down his streets in this motorbike, and when a motorbike leaves your neighborhood, it's fucking annoying.
Look, I get the shits too, don't get me wrong, but it's a public place and he wasn't doing anything wrong.
I'm also not going to go out in the street and try and fight the guy on the motorbike, let alone when he's a fucking 9 foot tall giant.
Yeah. He's Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
He's fucking Jack Reacher, motherfucker.
Yeah. And then the final bit of news that I had here is Todd Howard asked people to stop asking him about Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh, did he? I think I've read it.
He's come out. He's like, "Can everyone stop asking me?" And all the comments are like, "You should have announced it then, bro."
I thought I read a comment. I don't think it was from him, but it was from someone from Bethesda who worked on Starfield.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Its game is actually really good, just underappreciated. And in 10 years, it'll be considered so good." I'm like, I don't know about that one.
I don't know. You remember that announcement trailer where it come over the hill?
Yeah,
and Todd even came out at one point and said, "I think we announced that too early."
Oh, if you think?
Well, obviously.
A decade too early, brother.
You should be announcing video games the same as movies when it's like you have a trailer pretty much to show.
Yeah.
Same with video games.
Like you can announce them the year before that you're working on them.
But like, hey, it's coming out. But 5-6 years?
Yeah, way too long. So anyway, I guess we wrap it up there.
Yes, sir.
So that was another week of what's new.
Oh, there's going to be more next week.
There's going to be more next week. There's more every week.
Yes. So when you're watching this, you would have seen that there's 4 episodes on our YouTube. And, well, there was 4. Now there'll be 8 because when you're watching this, there'll be another whole drop of 4.
Yep.
We've recorded a lot of stuff and we just wanted to smash out as much content as possible.
Yep.
So the first 2 weeks, we were doing 4 episodes a week. So our show had a big bulky start. So people had a lot to sit and enjoy. Because I hate when you find a show and they've only got 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, and then you got to wait for more
so,
stuff. So
from here moving forward, we're going to be going to just 2 a week.
So this week will be 4.
When people are
this
listening,
episode, it's going to be 4. And then as of next week, when hearing this, as of next week, we're going to do a bi-weekly release.
Yeah, so it'll be 2 a week.
2 weeks. One will be what's new, this show. Yep. And then the other one will be something fun, something we'll do, whether it be some video game stuff, whether it be some more discussions, whether it be whatever we end up
ranking
doing.
Something,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, we'll just make some fun content for people to watch. So
absolutely.
To find all that and updates about all that, follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok.
Yep.
Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Press like. Leave a comment if you want, and thank you for watching.
And thank you if you've followed or done any of the above
Yeah.
of what Dimas just said. If you've listened to us so far, thank you so much.
Yeah, we're having a ball doing this.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
You know,
We love watching the numbers. We love the comments.
We've had a good first week.
Yeah.
But we're pretty happy with how it's going so far. So
Absolutely.
we're just going to keep trying to make things better and better for content purposes. So
Have as much fun as we can.
absolutely. All right. That's it.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.